Hey guys, it's Darwin, and today I wanted to talk about packs. Traditional versus ultralight, framed versus frameless, ripstop versus Cuban fiber. Let's talk about the pros and cons of each, and what is the best pack for your next thru hike. So I get questions all the time, whether it's in my Q&A every week, whether it's in a comment on Facebook, I get emails about it, people asking me what is the best backpack for me if I'm thinking about doing a long distance hike. And I can't blame them, there's so many options, from Cuban fiber packs to traditional ripstop packs, frameless, framed, internal, external, and with so many choices it can be a really hard decision to figure out what the best pack is for you. So today I figured I would just break down some of the most common packs out on the market. Let's talk about what's good about them and what's bad about them, and help you decide what the perfect pack is for your needs. Alright, so the pack that I carried in 2015 and 2016 on the Appalachian Trail was the Osprey Atmos 65. And I guess you could sum it up as a traditional pack. It was an internal frame made of a thicker denier nylon. It has a brain, 65 liters, has a bunch of different pockets and compression straps. The load capacity was between 30 and 50 pounds, and at the time it was a perfect pack for me. Fast forward to now and I'm carrying the Z-Packs Arc Blast 55 liter pack. Now, not only is this my favorite pack to use on weekend trips and smaller section hikes, but it's also the pack that I'll be using on my thru hike of the PCT next year. So if the Osprey 65 was such a great pack for the AT, why would I make the switch on this thru hike to a different pack? Well, there's a handful of reasons, but first let's talk about the different types of packs out on the market. So first off, you have the traditional pack, which would be like my Osprey Atmos 65. Now, since I gifted that pack to a friend of mine not too long ago, we're gonna use Snuggles pack, which is the Osprey Aura 50. It's the women's version of the Atmos 65. So this'll do. Like most traditional packs, it's made of a heavy-duty ripstop nylon. It has a brain top lid, a separate sleeping bag compartment that you can open up to get your sleeping bag out without touching anything else. It has a bunch of different mesh pockets on the outside, on the front, and on the side to put water bottles and whatever else you need to put in it. A ton of different compression straps to make sure that you really get your load good and cinched down. It has nice, big, thick shoulder straps and a hip belt strap, and this really cool anti-gravity suspension system, which kind of lets the pack float off of your back. Now, the Aura itself can carry a load up to 40 pounds, and I believe that my Atmos could carry a load up to 50 pounds. Now, between the Aura and the Atmos, they're probably two of the most popular traditional thru hiking packs that I saw on the Appalachian Trail in both 2015 and 2016. So what are some of the reasons that you would want to carry a pack like this? Well, like I said, for one, it's a really comfortable pack. It has that anti-gravity suspension system on the back. It can carry up to 40 pounds. Nice, big, thick, padded shoulder straps and hip belts. So it's a very comfortable pack when under load. It also has a ton of storage room. So not only do you have the big main compartment, but you have those mesh pockets on the side, you have that sleeping bag compartment on the bottom, you have a brain that has multiple zippers and multiple pouches, so the pack can hold a lot of gear. Especially if you're a hiker that likes your comforts on the trail, you can carry pretty much all your stuff. Like I said before, it's made out of a thicker, tougher ripstop nylon, so you could pretty much buy this pack, do multiple thru hikes, and you know it's gonna last forever. And then if it does have any problems, if you wear it out, if something breaks, companies like Osprey or Gregory or maybe the North Face or any of those other traditional pack companies, most of them have a lifetime warranty where they'll either fix the pack or replace it for you. So those are some pretty good reasons to why you would want to carry a traditional pack. But what are some of the cons? Well, for starters, traditional packs are heavy. The Aura 50 that I'm holding right here weighs just over 4 pounds, and my old Atmos 65 was just under 4 pounds. So it is quite a heavy piece of gear. Even though the material is thicker and heavier duty, it's not waterproof. So because it's not waterproof, you have to use extra things like a pack cover or a pack liner to make sure that your stuff inside doesn't get wet. And in my experience, material like this, once it does get wet, it takes a really long time to dry out. Another downfall of a traditional pack is It has a lot of bells and whistles, and if you don't need all of those bells and whistles and you have more of a minimalist backpacking kit, you're pretty much carrying all that extra weight of stuff that you don't really need in a pack, which was the case with my Atmos 65, and one of the reasons that I switched away from that pack. It just kind of had too many things that I never used. All right, so now that we have talked about traditional packs, let's talk about some of the ultralight packs on the market. So like I said earlier, the pack that I switched to from my traditional Osprey Atmos 65 is the Z-Pack's Arc Blast. It's made of a much lighter weight 2.92 Dyneema composite material, also known as Cuban fiber. It's super simple, only having one big main compartment with no zippers and a roll top closure. It has a big mesh storage pocket on the outside of the front, and then it has water bottle pockets on its side, decently padded shoulder straps and a hip belt, and it can carry a load up to 35 pounds. So what are some of the reasons that you would carry a pack like the Arc Blast or any of the other packs that are considered ultralight backpacks? Well, for a full framed pack, it only weighs 21 ounces, which is crazy light for a pack that has a frame. It's super simplistic, so if you're rocking a very minimalist through hiking gear setup, it doesn't have a bunch of bells and whistles that you don't really need. Because it's made of that Dyneema composite material, it's highly water resistant, and all of the seams are taped from the inside, which means it pretty much makes it waterproof. You don't have to use an extra rain cover or a pack liner. And if it does get wet, it just sheds water and you don't have to worry about it taking so long to dry out. And one of the reasons that I like is it's made by a smaller cottage company. So whenever you buy gear like this, you're helping support the community that you're a part of. Now, as much as I do love this pack and these types of packs, there are some cons to the ultralight pack. Number one is one that stops most people at the door, and that is price. Cuban fiber, or Dyneema composite, is an expensive material. The Arc Blast itself costs $325, and that's bare bones. That's without any type of hip belt pouches or shoulder strap pouches or any of those extra bells and whistles that you get on a traditional pack. So if those are some of the things that you want on an ultralight pack, by the time you get done customizing it and putting all the things that you want to put on it, it gets to be a pretty damn expensive pack. Because it's made of a lighter weight material like most ultralight packs on the market, it's not gonna last as long as a traditional pack. You can probably get only one, maybe two long distance hikes out of one of these before they just start breaking down. Now obviously that all depends on the user and how rough you are on your gear, but something like Dyneema composite is not going to last as long as some really thick nylon fabric. Another con of the ultralight packs that are out on the market is availability. You can't just go down the street to your local REI and pick one up and try it on. Most of these guys are made to order. And not just Z-Packs, that's also Mountain Laurel Designs, that's Hyperlight Mountain Gear. Because they're smaller cottage companies, they are made to order and to your specific fit. And then the fourth con would be warranty. Now Z-Packs has only a 1-year warranty on their packs versus something like Osprey that has that lifetime warranty. All right, so now we've talked about traditional packs and ultralight packs, but that's not all that's out there. Not only do you have ultralight packs, but you also have the super ultralight packs, like the Z-Packs Nero, the Palante Simple Pack, and the Gossamer Gear Kumo. All these packs are what's called a frameless pack, which means it has no suspension system and no frame. It's essentially a big stuff sack with straps on it. Most of them weighing in just under or over a pound. They're made for the most ultralight of hikers with ridiculously low base weights. With the pros being that they're super simplistic, they weigh basically nothing, and cons being that they can't handle much weight and they may be too bare bones for some hikers. Super functional if you're crazy ultralight, but it's not gonna be the pack for everybody. All right, and then the last type of pack that I want to talk about is what I call the middle of the road pack. Or I guess you could call it an ultralight traditional pack. And that would be something like the Granite Gear Crown 260. Now this is a pack that I've seen a ton of on the Appalachian Trail in 2015 and actually hiked with 2 other hikers that absolutely loved it. And like I said, it's what I call a middle of the road pack. So it is made of that heavier ripstop material. It does have thicker shoulder straps and a thicker hip belt strap, but it is very simple in the fact that it's a one compartment pack. Now, even though it does have a brain, the brain does come off and it essentially turns into a simple roll top pack. Like my Arc Blast, it has that big mesh stretchy pocket in the front, and it has the water bottle pockets on the side. And you kind of get the best of both worlds. So it's made of that thicker material, so it's gonna last longer, but because it is very bare bones and doesn't have all those crazy bells and whistles, it only weighs a little over 2 pounds. So it's on the lighter side. Osprey makes a pack called the Exos that's a really popular middle of the road pack, and I think pretty much all the other pack companies have that type of pack. So that was only 4 packs that are out there on the market, but there are tons of them from tons of different companies made out of tons of different materials. And that was a ton of pack information, but we never really came to the conclusion and the answer of what is the best pack for you. Well, like I've said in the past, there's no one perfect piece of gear, just like there's no one perfect pack for a thru hike. All of those packs will do a phenomenal job at a thru hike because they're packs. That's what they were designed to do. What it comes down to is figuring out what type of hiker you are. Do you need the extra comfort? Are you a super minimalist? Do you plan on carrying extra gear for a family member or a partner? Are you trying to go ultralight and as fast as possible on the trail? It's all up to you, and there's a pack out there for everyone. So what pack are you currently using on the trail? Is there another one that you've been thinking about switching to? Leave me something in the comment box below and let me know your thoughts. If you haven't had a chance yet, go over and check me out on Instagram. I've been posting a lot of new photos lately of some of the things that Snuggles and I have going on throughout the week, plus some pictures from some past hikes. If you found any value in this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.